Welcome to today's news conference for Project Opal. I'm OPP Sergeant Ted Dongelmans. I would like to acknowledge that the land we are standing on today is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We are committed to building relationships with First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people in order to enhance our understanding of the many languages and histories within Ontario and across Turtle Island. For media watching, information is available on opp.ca/news. Two individuals will provide formal remarks. First will be OPP Deputy Commissioner Marty Kearns, followed by OPP Detective Inspector Brian McDermott. Our participants also include Barrie Police Service Inspector Peter Dusnap, Belleville Police Service Inspector Renee Oberton, Durham Regional Police Service Superintendent Glenn Courtnea, Niagara Regional Police Service Inspector Steve Magistrelli, and York Regional Police Inspector Mike Elliott. Deputy Commissioner, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sergeant. Good morning. Thank you to everyone joining us. We're here to recognize the exceptional efforts of our Project Opal members and to update the public on an ongoing investigation into armed bank robberies. Before we get into the investigative details, I'd like to first recognize the profound impact this crime has had on the approximate 20 victims who were in the banks at the time of the robberies. Though no physical injuries occurred, the individuals caught up in these terrifying events have endured significant emotional distress and trauma. Support for the victims was coordinated through each respective police service. This update would not have been possible without the diligent work of the members of the policing services represented here today. The investigation encompasses 8 bank robberies that occurred from December 8, 2022 to March 16, 2024 across locations in Western, Central, and Eastern Ontario. In total, over $2 million was stolen. These robberies transpired within areas policed by the Ontario Provincial Police, the Barrie Police Service, the Belleville Police Service, the Durham Regional Police Service, the Niagara Regional Police Service, and the York Regional Police Service. Each police service began thoroughly investigating the circumstances of their respective incident. They quickly determined that these occurrences were not isolated events. Rather, these interconnected robberies pointed to a larger, more coordinated operation. The OPP Criminal Investigation Branch was engaged to enhance coordination across the locations. Their goal was simple: to identify those responsible for these brazen robberies. Investigators used the patterns to identify similar occurrences in other police jurisdictions, leading to the creation of Project Opal. Through the close collaboration amongst the police services, we were able to exchange information and mobilize resources effectively, leading to the subsequent arrests. Once again, we are grateful to the Project Opal team members, as well as the support from the Centre of Forensic Sciences for their continued effort in this ongoing investigation. The investigative diligence and collaboration demonstrated by all of our colleagues helped bring these threats to public safety to justice. Thanks to your efforts, our communities are safer today. Thank you, merci, and miigwech. And I'll now turn the podium over to the case manager, Detective Inspector Brian McDermott.
Thank you, Deputy. I'm Detective Inspector Brian McDermott with the OPP Criminal Investigation Branch. I stand here as a representative of the dedicated officers and civilian members from the police services that form this investigation. Their incredible dedication and hard work has been instrumental in supporting the victims of this investigation and in preventing further robberies from occurring in other communities. As a result of their effort, 5 suspects have been charged with 53 offenses under the Criminal Code, including robbery with violence, forcible confinement, and various firearms charges. Of those 5 suspects, 4 have been arrested, 1 remains wanted. The first 3 arrests occurred on June 21st, 2024 in Field, Ontario, after investigators established that an attempted robbery would take place. They ensured that the occupants of the bank were safe before conducting the arrest. The suspects were arrested by the OPP Tactics and Rescue Unit and Aviation Unit with support from the OPP West Nipissing Major Crime Unit, Criminal Investigation Branch, and Project Opal members. The 4th suspect was arrested in Vaughan on September 25th, 2024. As of October 7th, 2024, the 5th individual, 32-year-old Akeem Williams of Ajax, is wanted for his suspected involvement. If you see him, do not approach him. If you have any information on his whereabouts, contact police immediately. The suspect's municipality of residence, ages, respective charges, and next court dates can be located in opp.ca/news. The similarities amongst these robberies were clear. Each involved 2 to 3 individuals entering bank before close. The occupants were controlled through the use of firearms to threaten and intimidate. Disguises were used to conceal the suspects' faces, and gloves were worn to prevent fingerprints. In most cases, the occupants were tied up. Over a period of 16 months, 8 banks were robbed, and the occupants were left terrified. It is only through the investigative excellence of our project members that we were able to prevent a 9th bank from being targeted. The charges in this investigation speak to the severity of the robberies and the circumstances surrounding them. Though we have made arrests, we are not done. This investigation remains ongoing, and we ask anyone with information to come forward to the local police or anonymously through Crime Stoppers. I want to add my thanks to our project members who collaborated seamlessly to carry out this investigation. We remain committed to supporting each other in keeping Ontario communities safe. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech.
This concludes the formal portion of this media conference. At this time, members of the media are invited to ask questions to our panelists. Please include your name and media outlet in your question. You are invited to ask 1 question and 1 follow-up. Does anyone have any questions?
Ali Chiasson from CBC News. I was hoping someone could expand on sort of how traumatizing this must be for the people in the banks as this was occurring.
Thank you for your question. I can only imagine what these victims are going through, having personally, luckily, never gone through it. It must have been terrifying having, individuals come into your place of work. We remain committed to bringing those individuals. We have brought some individuals before the courts, and we continue to remain steadfast in pursuing the investigation and any potential further charges against any other potential individuals.
How prevalent are bank robberies like this in the province? I feel like we've been seeing more and more in the news now, and I wonder how this arrest or stopping this ring from happening, what kind of an impact that would make.
Yeah, obviously some fantastic work by the men and women of the services you see here today to bring some closure to these particular 8 bank robberies, and a 9th was actually thwarted. Violent crime is on the rise across the province. We're finding guns are involved in more and more crimes, more in particular violent crimes. However, the collaboration that exists among the police agencies you see here today, and the 40 some other police services that exist with our First Nations partners as well in this province is second to none, and we're doing everything we can.
Any further questions? Okay. This concludes our formal media event for Project Opal. We will begin our in-person one-on-one interviews and follow with our virtual interviews. Thank you.